In times of war, women and children are usually the most vulnerable and the first to feel the pain of a protracted conflict. When families get separated in the heat of conflict, the scars are slow to heal. In a morning coffee in the Vietnamese capital, I met through friends these three young ladies, a Vietnamese and two South Koreans. The pains of wars decades ago are still being with them and their families. They help me better understand the stakes for peace. Jackie, hello. Lucy, Jay, good to see you. Good to see you here in Hanoi. So these are the friends that I just got to know in the city of Hanoi. Thank you so much for taking your time talking to me. I know all of you have your personal stories in a way to link to what's going on right now. For example, you, Jackie, coming from South Korea.
Yeah, South Korea,
but having relatives in the north.
Yes, my grandfather from North Korea.
When did you know that it's going to be in Hanoi, the summit?
10 days ago. My mom heard that from the news, Korean news, and then directly told to me that my Korean name is Junghyun. Junghyun, do you know that?
What did she say?
Oh, you know, actually my mom know the Hanoi hotel in Marriott Hotel, but I know the hotel and then I know the Hanoi is very exciting. So that's why actually I heard it from my mom, not the Hanoi news.
Very typical South Korean mom, right? So what about that? Why is she so excited about it? Because your family, some of them were still in the north, I heard?
Actually, yes, we have some family live in the north. My grandfather and grandmother tried to find their relative several times. My father said some relatives live in North Korea now, but we don't know their name or the age.
So you lost them?
Yeah.
I hope this time could be the very start of your searching for your beloved ones who you didn't even get to know. How can I say? I know. And now let's meet Jay in the middle. So I'm sure you have your own story to tell.
All of my family come from South Korea, and one of my relatives, he's actually my grand auntie's husband. Yes, he came from North Korea, and during the Korean War, and he earned a lot of money, and he became a big rich in Korea. But my grand auntie didn't know that he had a family in North Korea. He had a wife and two sons in North Korea, and it was his dream to meet them someday. But when it was the time of Kim Jong-il, not Kim Jong-un. But I heard that he made it. He managed to meet his sons, but they were very old and sick. So I heard that he...
Old and sick?
Yeah, and he sent them some money, and they met each other several times. So he achieved his lifetime wish and died about 10 years ago.
But he did meet.
Yes, he made it.
Yeah. So how does your great aunt feel about this?
Oh, he cried. He cried for several days. I think she still feels pain about it. Anyway, he deceived his wife. So, yeah.
It's a very complex feeling, I would assume.
Yes.
Right? On the one hand, she was not informed when she got married to him.
Yes.
But on the other hand, she felt also warm and nice in a way, because eventually the one that he loved, the husband, met the one that he loved.
Yes, right.
So it's a very complex feeling.
Yes, right.
What was it like for the family to talk about that?
We don't talk about it because, you know, about our condition of Korean Peninsula, it always reminds us about our constant threat posed by North Korea, but so it's not familiar or kind or happy topics about family talking or friends talking, so we don't.
One thing is common that for our countries, wars were a frequent thing decades ago. I don't know how we survived, but we did, right? No matter what war against whom, those are wars, and we did not have a choice, I guess, all of us as one individual. So tell me, Lucy, how is it like for you? You know, obviously you're of the younger generation. See, you know, things related to war, a talk about the Korean Peninsula happening in your city, in a city longing for peace, but certainly a city that experienced so much wars before.
So I just thought that like a woman, actually we don't like a war. A lot of pain, device, peace, and hard life, and difficult for many people. Actually, we don't want to hear much more about the war in the world. So, like a country also, there's almost the same with the South Korea and North Korea. But luckily now, we are the peace. We got the peace, and we're trying to open it for everyone to come in. And also in the near future, the country also the same country can become one. And with a good, bright future for both of us.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a political statement you just made. That's such a big statement.
Peace, that's it.
Yeah, because you know, I guess in a way, what is it like to live in peace? Of course, we now in South Korea also live in peace. If you look at the talks, but you know, I mean, your grandparents' generation, your parents' generation, your generation, your kids' generation, all have very different
thinking.
Very different lives, right?
Yeah, right.
Your grandparents' generation must be those that experienced wars.
Yeah, my grandparents was around from 1915. Yeah, almost the same time they have tried two war in the Vietnam. And I just heard about the history about the house from the story of my grandmother. They say that about the bombing, the dead. How
during the
they
Vietnam War.
In the Vietnam War, how they had to live in the cave, in the forest, like before time. The life is very hard, not easy to go in. They are nervous every day. They don't know until tomorrow they still live or not. They're not sure about it.
How did they survive?
They have, after bombing, they have the gun running in the forest, in the cave to live. Nothing to eat. They have to eat some vegetable on the forest. Go to the spawn, take out the fish or something like that. Maybe they have to live about 1 or 2 months. After bombing, they come back to the last and the normal life. Yeah, and also the lack of the food, lack of the drink, lack of the medicine, like everything's lack of in the war. My grandfather and my grandmother said very hard life. I thank God they survived. Yeah.
It's so different, their lives and ours,
yeah,
right?
So different, yeah, very hard life.
You are here as an entrepreneur, opening up your own coffee shop.
Yeah, right.
Are you feeling proud of it?
I'm proud of it, to be the more confident, to be the freezy every day, yeah. I do what I want.
So think about yourself, you know, doing your work proudly, running your own shop every day, and smiling to your customers compared to your grandma hiding in the caves.
It's just
so different, right?
Yeah, right. And I think that our life, our young generation got a better life, more bright in future.
Yeah. And what does that mean for your kids?
I think I hope in the near future they can go them much more better than me, more open. They can go everywhere to say, okay, I'm proud, I'm Vietnamese, and can do what they want. Can learn what they want to learn and do what they want to do.
So thank you so much, Jackie, Jay, and Lucy. Thank you. All the best to you and your families. And that warm conversation helped us to wrap up the special coverage of the Kim-Trump summit here in Hanoi. Peace, that's the word in everyone's heart.